On any given night, there are about 14,000 homeless people in Minnesota. In the summer, in the spring, and in the winter. About half of them make it into some kind of shelter, but the other half does not.
People in suburban homelessness are very hard to see. Oftentimes it's invisible. People are living in their cars, their tents. They don't want people to know and to see them as homeless.
Stepping Stone Emergency Housing in Anoka is one of the places in the state where people experiencing homelessness can stay. They house 60 men and women while providing them with food, showers, clothes, laundry, and a bed.
Following their initial stay here of about 10 days or so, we then really ask them what they want. Do they want to stay here or do they want to leave? If they want to leave, we wish them nothing but the best. But if they want to stay, we really encourage them to get to that core of their homelessness. They work with case managers or shelter advocates, our management staff to figure out what that is.
Roots of homelessness can be very different. Sometimes Stepping Stone sees guests who don't have enough money for an apartment, who are working to get a GED or college degree. Sometimes they see guests come directly from jail, with nothing more than the clothes on their back. Sometimes homelessness can be traced back to substance abuse, domestic violence, mental illness, or foreclosure.
Homelessness is not a noun. It's not something that somebody is. It's something that someone's going through at that particular moment of time.
Stepping Stone has been at their current site for more than 2 years, and now they are making some major improvements after adding 8,000 square feet in their building to their lease.
We are adding classrooms, a bike shop, which we have organizations come in and donate bikes and then donate their time to educate our guests on maintenance and basic repair of one of the major modes of transportation for our homeless guests. We also have a recreational room and an exercise room.
At first, Julie was hesitant over some of the new plans.
At first, when I heard that we were thinking about this, I thought, my goodness, that's quite extravagant for a homeless shelter to have a bunch of treadmills and elliptical machines and gaming systems and TVs. But you know what? One of the healthiest things we can do for ourselves is be active, be mobile. A lot of people are coming from extremely stressful situations, and they need a healthy outlet to work through that stress, and exercise is the number one thing that they can do. We also have a lot of youth here, 18 to 25-year-olds, and let me tell you, they need to be kids. They need to release that energy that they have, and they need to be treated differently than our older adult guests who live here. And so a gaming system in a recreational area with foosball and pool table is perfect for them.
Other parts of the new space will be used for education. Education that they plan to maintain mostly with volunteers.
We also have a computer lab and some meeting room space, a volunteer coordinator, and an area just for quiet, for some privacy, for people to study, for mentors to work with our guests, for tutors to come in and work with our guests who are studying for their GED or in high school or furthering their education with a 2 to 4 year degree.
And even more big changes are coming to the way the guests at Stepping Stone eat.
Originally, it was not a good situation. Our guests were eating alone, by themselves, odd times of the day, odd hours of the day. Eating alone in seclusion and isolation is not healthy for being in a bad situation.
A new cafeteria with commercial-grade equipment will not only have the potential to provide job skills and bring in more volunteers to serve meals, but also to help create community as well.
I mean, the one thing that we do around the holidays, for birthdays, for any type of celebration, we get together with family and friends and we have a meal and we share some time together. Just because they're homeless doesn't mean that they can't experience those same things that you and I do. And so as of today, we're starting construction on a food serving cafeteria, which will provide a very nice, hygienic, safe, secure place for them to gather for meals, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for social gatherings, for holiday gatherings, and for Super Bowls and extra celebrations that are coming up.
While the guests stay at Stepping Stone, it is their home. They can use the address for job applications, for getting mail, and for reestablishing some footing in life.
We're not a place where someone can stay for the night and have to leave the next day. We are somebody's permanent, temporary address. They can come here, they can feel safe, they can feel secure, and know that they are being taken care of, that their best interest is at heart.
Stepping Stone is always happy to have an open bed for a new guest, but they are even happier when that guest moves on to permanent housing.
Our focus is twofold. We really want to educate the community on the homeless situation happening in our backyard. But the other thing we really need to focus on and want to focus on is getting our guests out of that situation. Education is key to everyone's survival, everyone's forward progress for the future, and we really focus on our guests being better educated, whether it's, learning a few skills on the computer or just understanding what there is to life that is much better than what's happened to them in the past.
For North Metro TV News, Danica Peterson reporting.